Well, the big thing there is reciprocity. When Saudi Airlines is also flying to Nigeria, they should be sent back immediately.
Recently, there has been a mass visa cancellation at the Saudi Arabia airport, putting relationship with Nigeria at risk because they decided to deny visa of 177 Nigerians that reached Saudi Arabia. Actually, in the beginning, there were about 264 passengers on that same flight. They allowed 87 of them after reviewing a little bit more, and then the rest, 177, were sent back by the same airline back to Nigeria. And they said that they didn't fulfill the requirements, even though the airline that took them there denies. The airline actually said that they were shocked that the visas of its passengers were revoked by Saudi Arabia on arrival because they said it, quote, strictly followed the profiling procedures stipulated by Saudi Arabian authorities. And the visas of all the passengers on the said flight to Jeddah were checked and verified through the requisite procedure and were vetted to be valid before departure, end quote. So basically, the airline is saying that even Saudi Arabian authorities knew about these passengers. All of a sudden, when they reached Saudi Arabia, now they're being denied of entry, which I can only imagine how shocking it would be for a passenger after you were told you can go and then you reach there and then now you're told, no, we changed our mind, you don't fulfill the requirements. And it's quite bizarre the way they did it. Usually visas getting denied is not a new thing, especially for Africans. We're used to it by now. We're trying to fight against it, but we know it happens, right? There's discrimination against us. But in this specific case, almost like majority of the passengers were sent back. So this is huge. Some people are calling this a diplomatic slap against Nigeria, because what kind of message is it sending? And it's creating a rift between Saudi Arabia and Nigeria. It's going to have a diplomatic issue. Some people are saying, like, how much of respect do they have for us if our leader Bola Tinubu was in Saudi Arabia when this was happening? They didn't even respect us, like when our leader was there visiting and talking about relationship and bilateral agreements. This is what's happening to the average Nigerian, which is understandable why they are annoyed and upset. Actually, this guy said it the best. There's this journalist I watched on YouTube, and he was saying that international relationship should be between both countries. They can't just treat us badly and we don't give back the same energy.
The airline had not done anything out of place. The airline had followed procedure. So this looks like unfair practice on the part of the Saudi authorities. And given that Nigeria and Saudi Arabia has what we call the bilateral air services agreement, BASA, well, the big thing there is reciprocity. When Saudi Airlines is also flying to Nigeria, they should be sent back immediately, because international relations is based on mutual respect.
Yeah, it needs to be the same energy. Whatever you're giving me, I'm going to give you back. So that's what he was saying. And I get why people were angry. But, as I always say, we have to demand respect. Respect will not just be given to us, right? We've witnessed how the world treats us. We need to first show them that we have boundaries. And it's the same thing the journalist was talking about. You have to be able to show people how to respect you. If you're going to do the exact same thing to me, your airline is also going to need my airport. So how are we going to deal with this, So anyways, fam, let me know down below what your thoughts are about the situation between Saudi Arabia and Nigeria.